Hello friends, welcome back to the another video lecture of software engineering subject. In this video lecture we are going to learn about some introductory part of software engineering. Previously we have discussed about types of software, some graphs for failure of software as well as hardware. Now we are going to discuss about layered technology as a software. Okay? So let's discuss about software engineering, a layered technology. So software engineering in practice is built of three main layers. They are process, methods and tools. Here you can say our base is of quality. So for any product, or we can say for any project, our main focus will be of quality of that product. For achieving that product quality, we will use main three layers. First layer will be process, second layer will be methods, and third layer will be tools. By using these three things, we will achieve quality of our product. So this is that layer technology. Here quality means we can achieve our quality by degree of goodness, product's correctness, product's maintainability and usability. Here first thing, degree of goodness means that product we have developed, it should have degree of goodness. Second thing is correctness, means that product or project must be correct. Maintainability, we can maintain it easily, and usability means it can be user friendly. Okay, so this thing is required for our quality of our product, or we can say quality of our project. Now let's discuss about main three layers, which are process, method and tools. So for the process is a fundamental layer for software engineering with order of activities that we will learn in we can learn in next lectures. So here examples of processes are sequence of requirement gathering, designing, development and testing activities. These are the included in process layer. Next is method. Method practices with proven techniques to perform certain activities. Example are encompasses a broad array of tasks that include communication, requirements, analysis, design, construction, testing and support. So these things, communication, requirement analysis, design and construction, are the parts of method layer. Now third and most important part, that is tool. With using process and methods we can generate a product, but without tools it is impossible. So for using process and methods we can apply that thing via only and only tools. So software engineering tools allow automation of activities which helps to perform systematic activities. A system for support of software development called computer aided software engineering. In short we can say it's CASE, C-A-S-E. And examples of tools are testing tools, bug or issue tracking tools, etc. So this is the main a layered technology, means for achieving quality of our product we will use process, methods and tools. So this is the software engineering as a layered technology. Now third thing is software myths. So let's understand what is myths. Beliefs about software and the process used to build it. But if we misleading that attitudes that cause serious problems, that are the myths. Or we can say myths is nothing but misinformation, or we can say misunderstanding or confusions propagated in software development field, that are the myths. Mainly we have three type of myths. First one is management myths, second one is customer myths, and third one is practitioners, or we can say developers myths. So now we are going to learn about misinformation, or we can say misunderstanding about the management, customer and practitioners. Okay, so let's start with the management myths. Myth 1 says we have standards and procedures to build a system which is enough. If management thinks that they have standards and procedures to build a system and that is enough, then that is a misunderstanding, or we can say a myth for management. Because why? Reality says that are software practitioner aware of standard existence? Means company have standard and procedures to build a system, but practitioners means developer knows about that standard. Second, does it reflect modern software engineering practice? Company have different standard and procedure, but that can reflect modern software engineering or not. Third, is it complete? Means they have standard and procedures to build a system, but that standard and procedure are complete or not. Is it streamlined to improve time to delivery while still maintaining a focus on quality? Means are they focused on delivery time only or also with the quality? So that are the realities. In many cases the answer of all this question is no. Means if management thinks that they have standard and procedure to build a system and that is enough for product development, then that is a myth for management, because they will have to know each and every this thing that we have discussed here. Management will have another myths like we have the newest computers and development tools, so we can generate our product or project in very short time. So that is the myth. Why? Because reality says it takes much more than the latest model computer to do high quality software development. Computer aided software engineering tools are more important than hardware. Means if you have newest computer, then that is not efficient, because computer aided software engineering case is the main thing to develop any software, so that is more important than your hardware. Third thing, we can add more programmers and catch up the schedule. Means if any company is late into product development, then if management thinks that if we add more programmers, then we can deliver our item into deadline, then that is also a myth. Why? Because in reality software development is not a mechanistic process like manufacturing. Means if we want to dig a swimming pool in 3 days and we have only 2 labors, so if we add more 3 labors, so we can complete digging task earlier than we expected, but that is a mechanistic process. Software engineering is not mechanistic process, so that can not be applied there. In the word of Fred Brook, adding people to a late software project makes it later. Why? Because people who are working must spend time educating the newcomers. Means if some new programmers arrive into team, then old programmers have to give knowledge about their existing project. What are the functionalities we want to include, what are the classes, what are the phases we have added, and what are the remaining work. So people who are working must spend time educating the newcomers. So adding people to a late software project makes it later. People can be added, but only in a planned and well coordinated manner. Myth number 4 for the management myths. I outsourced a development activity, now I can relax and can wait for the final working project. Means if I have a project and I outsourced, means I have given to the another team to complete it, and now I can relax and wait for the final working product. Means they can give me a final working product and I can only use it. So that is a management myth, because if an organization does not understand how to manage and control software project internally, it will invariably struggle when it outsources software projects. Means only outsourcing project is not the solution. You will have to develop it, and you will have to understand how project software works internally, or we can control software internally. That is the main thing. So that is not solution that I can outsource a development activity and I can relax. Okay, so they are the managerial myths. Now we will discuss about customer myths. So myth number 1, as per the customer perspective, a general statement of objective, or we can say requirement, is sufficient to start a development. Means if someone says a general requirement for their project, then that is the sufficient to start developing our project. So that is a myth. Why? Because reality says detailed statement or requirement is not always possible. An ambiguous statement of objective can lead to disaster. Means if we start working on a simple requirement, and if we go out of track of our project development, that it can cause a disaster. So a general statement, or we can say a simple requirement, is not sufficient to start a development. Here we can say unambiguous requirement can be gathered only through effective and communication between customer and development. Unambiguous means clear requirement is needed only and only for a sufficient work to start development. Myth number 2. Myth number 2 says requirement changes can be easily accommodated because software is very flexible. But reality says it is true that software requirement changes, but impact of change varies with the time at which is introduced. Means if in the starting phase of development, if changes arrive, then we can accommodate it very easily. But at the ending time of our project, if some changes is arrived, then that is not easy to accommodate it. Means we will have to manage that changes on the arrival times. When requirement changes are requested early, the cost impact is relatively small. Now practitioners means developers who develop the program, or we can say a programmers. Myth 1. Once we write the program, our job is done. If programmer thinks that we have write our program, then our job is done. That is the myth for the programmers. Why? Because reality says the sooner you begin write code, the longer it will take you to get done. Industry data indicates that 60 to 80% effort expended on software will be after it is delivered to the customer for the first time. Means if we deliver a product to a customer, then that customer will give feedback for the software, and industry data says that you will have to work 60 to 80% more after the first delivery of your software. Then once we write the program, our job is done. That will be the myth for the practitioners. Myth number 2 for the programmers. I can't access quality until it is running. So that is the myth. Why? Because one of the most effective software quality assurance mechanism can be applied from the beginning of the project. That is the technical review. If we complete some module, if we complete some task, or we are going through a process, then we can check its quality by the technical reviews. So I can't access quality until it's running. It will be the myth for the practitioner. Software reviews are more effective quality filter than testing for finding software defects. Myth number 3 for the practitioner, or we can say programmers. Working program is the only deliverable work product. So that is the myth, because a working program only the one part of the software configuration. It is not whole thing. A variety of work product, example models, some documents, or we can say some plans, can be provided to a foundation for successful engineering. And more important, guidelines for the software support. Means we can generate different models, document, plans, or we can say some user guidance, how to use our software. It can be deliverable. Okay, so a working program is only deliverable work product. That is the myth. Myth number 4. Software engineering is about unnecessary documentation. That is the very big myth of practitioner, you can say programmers. Reality says software engineering is not about creating documents. It is about creating a quality product. And creating documents, creating models, creating software, that all are the part of software engineering. Better quality leads to reduce rework, and reduce rework result is faster delivery times. Okay, so these are the myths by managerial, customer, and practitioner, or we can say developers. So that is it for today's lecture. If you like this video, then like, comment and subscribe. Also share it with your friends. Thank you, friends.